Welcome back, Questers, to another Age of Sigmar Soulbound adventure. I'm getting the energy as I go. As we're playing with
the late night edition.
the late night with Age of Sigmar.
We're back, folks.
The Soulbound role-playing game system by Cubicle 7. I'm your DM, Dave, and today we're joined by the terrible twosome, the gregarious gunslinger from Gulch, Cassandra Turner, played by our own Jonathan Franco.
I like the alliteration. Thank you so much.
And the frequently fallible ferryman, Falas Ossusposen, played by Canada's own national treasure, Murray Chu.
Oh, you played your hand there. We can totally tell you prepped this ahead of time.
Wait, you're saying that you didn't think of all of those words up off the top of your head?
Yeah, I wish. We are in the midst of exploring our Slagmire Isles map. Do either of you want to tell the audience what you've decided to do today?
Sounds good. So we are following up on the rumor about the shipwrecks north of Gromerstown.
Cass and Falas, you are on which ship are you taking out, Murray?
Actually, have we announced this?
I don't think we have. I don't think so.
So,
Go for it. You want to do the honors?
So the whaling ship that we took. So yeah, we let the Patreon patrons vote and choose on a name. They also did the suggestions as well, and we ended up naming our whaling boat Whaler Moon.
Whaler Moon,
which is actually quite nice because it is an Asian style ship, and so why not put a little bit more anime into it?
I forgot about that. Yeah, it is. It's got like those horizontal kind of like
the
bamboo
ribbed sails.
Sails. Those always look really cool.
No, don't say it.
I don't like that description, but I understand. Yeah,
don't say it.
It's ribbed to help with your navigation. So
yeah, thank you. Yes.
So thank you, patrons, for deciding on that wonderful, wonderful name. And I apologize for anyone whose immersion we're going to be breaking anytime we say that. But you are plying across the waves.
The Sloopadoop is perfectly fine.
Sloopadoop is a national treasure, and you know it. You're plying through the waters of the Simmersol Sea with the Whaler Moon. Its prow piercing the waves as you're making your way forward. It's a fairly calm day. You're making your way north past Gromerstown. We're going up a few hexes away from where you are from Torland, so it's not going to take you that long to arrive. By the time... Well, what time are you leaving from Torland?
In the morning.
Makes sense? And standard MO, that makes sense?
Yeah, we're going to bring a picnic with us, a couple of refreshments, sandwiches, of course.
Stop by for some Fireslayer bows on the way.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way out, and it's overall clear skies. It's a beautiful sunny day. Falas and Cass, you hear the creaking of the boards underneath as you're breaking through the waves. Do you want to do anything while you're traveling?
What beautiful rib sails you got. and
start.
And that's enough of that.
Have we, as Cass and Falas, how well would you say they know each other at this point?
Oh, that's tough to say.
Yeah. I think they're kind of as close as coworkers can be without being we hang out and are friends type of thing.
So you're work soulbound.
Yeah,
basically.
We're work associates type of thing. Because Falas has a pretty close relationship with I would say Frostglade, Okri, Maris.
Boards.
Everybody except Cassandra. But it doesn't feel like Falas has much interaction outside of work with Cassandra. So
it wasn't really a lot,
Yeah.
So we haven't had a lot of time outside of Torland to grow our cordial relationship.
And this was the plan to change that. You only the two of you are going this time. Usually we set out with about three. Do you think who decided and who chose each other? I'm just curious.
That definitely sounds like a Cass thing to do. I think she may have noticed that she's not as close with Falas, or and she's gonna try this out for the first.
Yeah.
She's gonna try this out for the first time, and she'll maybe casually slip in here and there. She'll be like, yeah, Fal, let's go do this thing, and she'll like use it as a nickname because it's
She's
just
too polite to.
Yeah. Yeah,
all right.
And I think she noticed that and would have suggested like, let's go and take on this mission together and see how it goes.
Cool.
Righto, Cassie Lass, I'm with you.
Awesome. And so as you're making your way out, you pass by Gromerstown and you make your way northward. After a while, both of you have natural awareness too, I saw, because I creeped on your character sheets.
Oh, gasp.
In the distance, you see a couple things glittering. First of all, you notice a singular shape start to break the vast expanse of ocean. It is a island. And as you get a little bit closer, you notice that there is essentially a single peak, not super tall, and it has a kind of archway on the front of it. And as you're getting closer and closer, you kind of recognize it to be some kind of cove. You also notice that at this time, tide is quite low. So, it's actually, it draws quite far away from this, you realize. So you'd have to walk for, it's like a 10-minute walk from the edge of the tide bar to actually reach the island itself.
We're looking for a shipwreck, aren't we?
People have been finding boats without the crew members around, and one of these boats got stuck here. No one's been around yet. We're thinking maybe the Deepkin are involved here, so we want to investigate and maybe try to figure out what's going on with the folks. And, well, if we find a little bit treasure along the way, what helps us helps the binding. Huh?
Yeah, indeed. But my question was more towards the fact that I ain't seen no boats around here. Was this island perhaps in question?
They said they found a shipwreck around here, so perhaps we should go around and take a look.
All right, well, let's swing around the island, see what we see.
As you begin to pass by, once both of you go ahead and do awareness mind, just go ahead and do 4s and let me know how many you get.
All right.
I'm terrible at these, like most things, but let's go. And rolling 1s do not help.
Okay.
Well, these dice I'm retiring.
Okay, I'm looking at 2 successes, 2 fails.
Okay. So, Cass, you notice it just in the moments before your ship collides. You look up and you see a figure in the water ahead of you, perfectly stiff, like stony white, and lying sideways. And you notice that it bobs up for a moment and crashes against the prow of your ship and splinters in half. You notice that one half, a pair of legs, goes careening off to your left, while a torso, arms, and head spin off along the right.
Oh, no, we hit somebody. Falas, I can't go to jail.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's get our story straight.
I think we both realize that we've hit something. Throw on the brakes, Falas.
All right, weigh anchors. He drops the sails and tosses down the anchor.
Yeah. And Falas, you realize actually how shallow it is here because the anchor hits, I think, a little bit faster than you're expecting. But it's sure enough, it plows into that murky earth and your ship comes to a stop.
I have to assume a little bit of the blame for this one. I feel like as there's 2 people on the ship and you were driving, I should have been on the prow.
Well, I mean, it's strange. We are in open ocean, and as a hunter, I can't be caught by surprise in my terrain of choice, but it is what it is.
I guess it makes sense for us to peer over the edge and see what we just hit.
Which side are you looking at? Left or right?
All right, you take the head. I'll take a look at the feet.
So we'll look on both sides and then we'll reconvene and talk about it.
So you notice that because it's not super deep here. You see the torso, arms, and head. It's kind of in a pose where the hands are kind of grasping out in like outward claws, is sunk into the dirt slightly ever since you collided with it, and it is just frozen in place.
Does it look to be a figurehead?
Like a statue?
It looks like it's a statue of some kind.
Okay. But
it does not have
to be floating?
It doesn't have a plinth or anything like that would make it. You wouldn't make it. It doesn't make it seem like it would be on the front of a ship or anything. It's kind of bobbing around a little bit, getting knocked up by the waves. But you notice it's not.
Good news, Cass. I don't think it was alive.
Oh, Cass wipes her brow. Oh God! Oh, thank you.
I can't go back to jail.
There's some backstory hooks there for you.
Yeah. Okay. So this, I guess this shouldn't be here. Is the key? Can we take a look around? Is there anything else that might suggest where this thing came from, or like, is there more?
Sure.
Of this?
Does it look valuable? I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah. You know what? You're looking at it and you're thinking like, oh, it's a statue. We could probably melt that down or something. And you look at it and it's like, no, it's like rock. Like it looks like very,
Okay.
invaluable material.
Uh-oh. We hit a rock, a statue. Is there any more of these around, or?
Yeah, do an awareness mind. Give me
The
4s.
classic statue trap in the water.
Yeah,
no one
are
ever
these like?
expects it.
Well, no, I'm thinking that these are like there's multiple statues, and he's mentioned that the water is low. I got 1 out of that. I kid you not, I watched these 3 dice spin. There was 3 sixes ready to go, and then they all turned into 2s.
Yeah. Falas, you?
What are we rolling?
Just awareness mind.
Oh, okay.
You could do an advantage with your seafaringness if you'd like.
I love
Take down to
seafaring.
3.
I got all
On 4.
successes.
3
4
now.
successes.
Okay.
4
Okay, cool.
successes.
So, Falas, as you, that's good. I like that. As you kind of scan, you actually notice that there's some flotsam and jetsam leading from this figure that you slammed into in the water so callously off into the distance. You notice there's a series of like boards, planks, lost netting, everything that you would kind of expect to see from a shipwreck, leading its way towards the opening in the cove. You can also tell, as you're looking and as you're kind of like making the trail and the connection, you spy the back end of a ship poking out of the cove's entrance.
Shipwreck ho! I think I spotted Cass.
All right, well let's go check it out.
All right, we'll take the smaller dinghy.
Yeah, that does make sense.
So we lower the dinghy and we start rowing, following the trail of flotsam.
We should bring it up onto the beach and then walk over.
I think the shipwreck is probably off the coast or whatever, right? So it will follow along the pathway.
So you notice that as you're getting closer and you're taking out the dinghy, and as you're approaching, because you'll need to approach the tide line, you notice that it is above the water level now. It is fully beached inside that cove.
Ooh.
Okay, so it's like we can approach it from land. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right.
What are you thinking there, Cassilas? You want to park this a little ways away and walk towards it?
I think that's a sound plan.
Yeah, we don't know what sorts might have squatted inside such a place. Could use it for shelter, I suppose.
That makes sense. Are you sure this is the wreck we're looking for?
Hard to tell until we figure out the name. Actually, do we even know the name of the ship that was wrecked there? No. Okay.
No.
Well, we can if we can figure out the name of something, we can always bring it back. But this is a shipwreck, so we found at least something.
Yeah, it's worth a quick spy.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
From afar, are we able to tell like roughly how long ago? Because I believe the shipwreck that people were talking about, there was a kind of like a date associated with it, right? Like how long ago?
Yeah, they would have. So the original mention of this would have been, trying to think of an in-game timeline when you guys went to Gromer's for the first time, which I think is like a month ago at this point.
Yeah, a month, maybe 3 weeks. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I mean, all you know is that it's been here at least 1 month.
Okay. Does this shipwreck kind of look like it follows that same timeline? Like it's not old and rotted, but looks fairly fresh?
From what you're looking at in the water, why don't you go ahead? I think that's a roll, my friend.
Okay.
There
now
was
it's
only
crafting.
if only there was a sea survival. Yeah, crafting mind would be great.
I'm terrible at this, like most things. 4s?
Yeah.
2 successes. I'm rolling well.
Ah, nice. So, Falas, something also catches your eye. So, as you're looking at this material that is in the water, you notice that this isn't the typical make that you'd see from Gromerstown. The boards here are actually kind of this deep red color painted, and it's something that you are more familiar being accustomed to Corsair ships.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And you can also tell from like the way that they're carved and basically, and they have a very fine make. Yeah, and hardened especially well.
Now that I take a closer look at it, Cassilas, I don't think this is one of a loco ship.
What implications does that have?
Judging by the color and the fine craftsmanship, if I must say so myself, I reckon this be a corsair ship.
So we're looking at coming across some pirates, or perhaps friends. I don't know how corsairs treat other corsairs.
I can tell you they don't treat each other very well. We best be on guard as we take a closer look at this one.
Cass checks that she's got bullets on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Yep.
no, I forgot my bullets at home.
There
I
they
brought
are.
the guns,
Yeah.
but not the ammo.
I'd like to announce that I do have all my weapons. I'm wearing my clothing and armor.
I forgot my clothes, of course.
My pack is with me.
Scratches things up notes. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it would be a good idea if Falas will pull out at least the single shot handbow.
So unless you're going to do anything else, I'll move you ahead up the shoreline.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You walk up. It is a long, blistering walk as you're making your way through the sun. As you're approaching, you notice more of these statues. Some of them are sticking out of the water and out of the sand, I should say, partially submerged. You notice, as Falas especially, these are all elves.
Oh no, it's like a Medusa thing.
And the closer you're getting to the cove's entrance, go ahead, Falas, do a lore mind check. Do a 5-1. Get at least 1-5.
I got at least 1-1.
Hmm.
Well, oh well. So you don't recognize this ship. But as you came around the side, you do realize, though, that this is a wolf ship, which is one of the ships that a Black Ark would send out on raids and other such missions. As you're approaching, you see the cove's entrance. You see, light kind of barely piercing the inside of this. It's quite dark inside. One thing that you notice about the statues that you're crossing is many of them have what appear like large chunks taken out. Some are missing heads. Some are missing almost like crescents out of them, missing arms, so on and so on, and in various states of disrepair.
Do they look like disturbingly accurate and lifelike?
Why don't you get ahead and you could do either a survival mind or a awareness mind.
Why is it always to do with the mind?
When he's doing that, do these things look similar? Does the damage on them look similar to the statues that we found on Caldera, which were locked off near the feet?
Sure. Well, from looking at those ones, the statues that you saw there were a different material than what you're looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Those were basically made from Ignis Jade. And these are full stone.
But the damage.
The damage would be different in the way that it basically breaks.
Okay.
On force?
I'm trying to remember what you were rolling.
Awareness.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
2 successes.
Okay, cool. They are incredibly lifelike. You notice these are in various states of usually surprise, pain, shock in general. These are not the kinds of statues you would normally associate as being something you would see carved at a gallery, for example.
Well, what do you make of this, Cass? I think somebody was throwing a surprise party.
What does Cass make of this? She's had some time around some monsters. Does this look like possibly done by some creature of evil?
You could do a lore. That'd be your best
I will
bet.
do a lore. What's that coupled
I
with?
trust
Solar
it.
Mind.
The lore mind. Yeah. I think let's do a 6-1. This is rare.
All right, I got a 5 and a 6 and a 1.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Awesome. So I don't think, Cass, I mean, feel free to flesh out your backstory this way, but this is incredibly rare, and I think you've heard maybe stories of this. There's a few things that could potentially turn someone to stone, but you see this as being the work of a chaotic creature named a cockatrice. Which is a kind of the best way of describing it. It has the head of a raven eagle kind of creature, and it kind of turns into the body of a lion, and it has a serpentine tail with gnaws on it, and a pair of big wings.
Maybe it's just because of the name. Whenever I hear that, I always imagine their head looking like a rooster.
Sure, yeah, I get you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even the coloring, it's got the shimmering bluish teal thing, and then a bit bright red plume.
I totally dig that. Yeah,
I'd say that that parents around Gulch probably tell stories of the cockatrice to the kids to scare them to bed.
Yeah.
They get like ghouls and skeletons and some kind of demons sometimes around Gulch. But yeah, not something like this.
Additional information that maybe Cass would know, but I believe in mythology, another thing to do with their name is that if you bring a rooster's crow will actually cure you of petrification. Is that the case here?
All right, go ahead and crow.
I can't give you information like that
Based on the lore that Cass rolled?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Murray,
Fact, I will
just-
say.
Just have
In
your
fact, I will
character
say,
crow.
just for clarity's sake, no. Yeah.
Dang. If only we brought a rooster.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you make of this, Cassilas?
I did actually bring a pocket rooster with me, so we could give that. What do I make of this? I guess I'd relay the story of the cockatrice to Fal. Yeah, it kind of make him aware. Doesn't stop us from wanting to go in, I think.
That doesn't bode well. Do you have to make eye contact with this monster?
Was that a question? Sorry, or
Yeah. Do you
I don't know. I ain't quite sure. I'll just pull the brim of my hat down just in case. So we should push on.
All right.
Okay.
Lead the way.
I
Push
I
on
do.
further.
I lead the way.
I walk with them. You push your way into the cove. I'm gonna assume you're going right up to it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
using caution. We're not running.
Mm-hmm.
Running along the beach, Baywatch style.
Are you sorry, when you're saying walking with caution, is that implying a stealth?
No, not stealth. Just that we're not being overtly loud. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure thing. So as you round the corner into the trap. As you're around the corner, looking into the cove, you see this the remainder of this wolf ship completely run aground. Falas, in your nautical expertise, this would be readily apparent to you. It has run aground for quite a distance, considering the fact that it's basically the entire bottom of this has been sheared away. You notice it's broken into several pieces with its belly spilt open, and you see all manner of goods and material just scattered across the bottom of this cove. The water in here is kind of like a little bit of a tide pool situation. You notice that there is water inside the cove itself, even though it's fairly dry outside.
Yeah.
And natural awareness too from each of you. You also notice that the mast or the sails are fully down. They've been tattered quite a bit, but they are fully out. And you see all these statues in greater frequency around here, but you notice that even more of them are severely damaged. And why don't you go ahead and roll a mind awareness, both of you, 4 or 2.
I was actually going to ask about the sales. I'm glad that you mentioned that. I know exactly what you were getting to with that.
2 successes. I did it.
Yeah, 2 on this side too.
Okay. Amongst all of these elves, they're all elves, and they would be wearing, the kind of armor and garb that Falas would be very familiar with, sea dragon cloaks and all that stuff. You notice one particularly different silhouette amongst this group on the top of the ship and near the back. And neither of you, I think, have actually seen this before, but you notice it is a humanoid with a face that lacks eyes but has eye sockets, a pair of long, thin ears, naked from the waist up, and has a pair of long arms with distended claws at the end of each hand.
It's a man bat.
And you notice it is actually in the process, frozen in time and place, fighting a corsair.
Oh.
Well, good news. It doesn't look like anyone got here before we did. Judging by how far it is up the island here, I reckon they ran aground when the tide was high. It's low tide right now, so we got a lot of space to maneuver around the ship without having to go into it. What do you want to do, Cassilas?
By the looks of it, looks like the crew has suffered a terrible fate, and I'm not usually one for this, but as far as I can see, all of this these goods are going to go to waste. So I say that we clean up and bring it on home to people who could use this.
All right. Do you want to, before we start packing things, do you want to make sure everything's all cleared out first inside? It looks like there was some sort of battle here, and then before this monster of yours came and interrupted them.
Well, look here. We're not sure it's a cockatrice. It's just a theory. But yes, first things first. We should be cautious and clear this area out. So be on your toes.
All right.
Okay.
Falas tiptoes his way
Yep.
towards the ship. All right. Sound plan, Cassius.
Let's try to get up onto the deck of the ship and see what's going
Sure.
on, like maybe inside.
Yeah, sure thing. There's not much inside left at this point because, like, over time, like the structural integrity is gone quite a bit. But you are able to step onto the deck, especially in the middle of the ship. That's the kind of the part that is like the most intact. It's almost up at like a 45-degree angle, but you can kind of step up over top of the railing and walk up. What are you looking for specifically?
Question about the humanoid, not man-bat thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it similarly damaged like the other statues? Like chunks of it are missing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Phew. All right, we don't have to worry about this one if he turns back.
Well, what would be turning him back?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the monster expert here, apparently.
I quickly look around. Is there any? Do I discover the creature? Is it hiding behind the barrels over there on the deck?
Why don't you go ahead and do a mind awareness?
Oh my god, it's in here. It's in here with us.
The call is coming from on board the ship.
Dave, how does 3 successes look?
Ooh.
That sounds pretty good. So as you step onto the deck, you are not caught by surprise as you crane your neck upwards, looking at the crow's nest that has fallen away and is leaning against the wall. And atop, you see, I'm going to actually, for both of your sakes, I'll describe to the audience in a moment.
Falas needs a new pair of boots.
And yes, you see a Cass,
that looks nothing like a rooster.
Entirely correct. You see the dreaded form of a cockatrice, this chaotic beast.
Having never seen a cockatrice before, I would say that there is a cockatrice.
Falas immediately turns his head to look, but at the same time he closes his eyes. So he just like turns, like he closes his eyes and he's just like,
wall.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. You see this creature. It's basically like a big flying like velociraptor, right? It is quite large. It has these kind of like hair-like plumes of blue feathers.
It does look like the more modern take on the velociraptor.
It does,
which are I believe velociraptors are actually about dog size. If we are to go with the non-Jurassic Park, non-Steven Spielberg version.
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like those mounts that you can ride in Golden Axe 2.
Okay.
Hold on.
Someone out there really enjoyed that.
Hold on.
The body of this creature. The creature's body is it's almost like leopard spotted as it breaks away from the creature's eel-like head, and the back of it breaks into a tail and with scales and rolls away.
All right. Falas with his eyes closed, but looking in the general direction, not looking at the general direction of the cockatrice, kind of whispers under his breath, hissing at Cass. Does it look aggressive?
What's it doing right now? Roll for initiative, yeah. Hey folks, Franco here. Hope you're all enjoying the episode. I'm just jumping in here to say thanks for listening to the cast, and we've got a few things to cover. First things first, we'd like to apologize for the last few episode delays. We had some behind-the-scenes shuffling of roles and tasks, because believe it or not, Questward takes a fair bit of managing. Nothing to worry about, we're all still good. If you'd like to, we'd like to invite you to throw a review up for Questward onto Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to, we'd like to invite you to throw up a review for Questward on Apple Podcasts. And if you're so inclined, pop by our Discord. It's open to all. Now, if you'd like to go a bit further, you could show your support by joining our Patreon, which is always highly appreciated. It really helps us out. Remember, we don't take home a single penny. We put it all towards the cost of the show. Finally, our next episode will be out October 6th, and until then, enjoy the rest of this adventure. Thanks, folks. Take care.
All right, we are going to kick this off. What is
5.
everyone's initiative?
Yep, I'm on a 5 as well.
5, okay. All right, so both of you are going first.
All right, ladies first.
All right. So, Cass, first up, I want you to do a roll for me.
All right.
You are going to be doing a DN. What's the Doom right now, folks? I heard Franco ask it before. So, what is your Doom at currently?
We dropped Doom from our last little escapade to Spire Squall, so it's at 3 now. We're doing pretty well.
Now, for a cockatrice, I want you to I'll roll this first and then I'll describe it. Do a DN 5-3 body reflex test.
Whew. All right. Reflexes. I do have some. All right. 5-3. Yeah, we got 2 success.
Okay.
I get it now.
Cass?
I get it now.
All right. Cass, in a sudden jolt, you feel all of your muscles freeze into place. From the depths of your chest, you no longer feel the very pumping of your heart. Throughout your body, the sensation of moving has ceased, and until this moment, you never realized how much activity your actual living body had until you're left with this feeling of just utter silence. All is quiet until you realize you no longer have control of your body. You still feel every sensation, and you see and hear. You notice this as the wind blows past you. You're unable to move entirely. Falas, you glance over and you see Cass has turned to stone.
Cass! Oh, I wish I had a rooster right now.
For a little bit of meta-ing, I'll encourage you guys to not you like to talk if you want to do table talk, but don't do tactics or like tell people what to do as you are incapacitated. You are a statue.
I knew that Cass was stone cold, but I didn't think it would be like this.
Yeah.
How heavy does Cass look to Falas right now? I'm guessing it's Falas' turn right now, right?
Pour some water on me.
That's a good question. Don't say anything. Cass would be.
How much does? I mean, fucking.
That's
heavy,
a very good
right?
question. How? Okay, yeah, because Cass is normally how many pounds of water?
I don't know. God,
like she's 5'10" or something. You said
definitely over 100.
Yeah,
maybe around 150.
Okay, let's put it this way. Cass would be a few 100 pounds of stone at least.
Yeah,
a couple hundred. All right. Yeah. So if I wanted to grab her and lift and pull her away, how much stats do I need?
Oh man,
give me the hard facts, the hard numbers.
Okay. Well, so first of all, where are you planning to take her? Like drag her through the sand, basically out of the cove?
So Falas' idea right now is probably to flee, but he doesn't want to flee without Cass if possible.
Right.
But so he's not thinking straight right now. But he's his first thought is we should probably get out of here because I can't do anything against the gaze effect.
Actually, that's a good point, Falas. Before any of this even happens, do a DN 5-3 body reflex save.
I'm going to soulfire this and have 6 successes. Do I succeed so hard I undo Cass's thing?
Is that worth it?
You tell me if you want both of us to be incapacitated and not be able to do anything.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine if we're just stone.
I'm burning a soulfire on this one.
All right.
Yeah.
Does Franco the player consent?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel it, Cass.
Falas, you are now blinded because you avoid the gaze entirely. You shield your eyes. You have the blinded effect. So it's not that you resisted the effect; you are avoiding the effect. So you have the blinded state.
It's because I'm closing my eyes, isn't it? That I'm blinded.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Which you did it, and coincidentally you did anyway. So that's great. Blinded means you cannot see. The difficulty of mind awareness tests that rely on sight are increased by 2, and your melee accuracy and defense decreases by 1 step.
Okay. So Falas with his eyes closed, he did know where Cass was because he turned to whisper at her. He's going to make his way to Cass, which I'm assuming is within the same zone, so that's a free movement. Yep. And he will attempt to pick her up and try to gauge whether he would be able to get off the boat and get a safe distance away within this turn with Cass, carrying Cass.
You are going, let's see.
Handle with care.
I think, first of all, do a might body check.
Okay. So this is a
and-
fun thing too, because I just got enough experience. We got 1 XP for Aspire Squall, which is actually just what I needed to buy a new stat in body.
Nice.
So now I have 4 body, which makes me as strong as Cass. This Corsair who's been working out his entire life is as strong as this cowgirl from Cowpoke from Gulch.
Listen,
Finally.
ranching is
Farm
a
work,
tough
man.
job.
Yeah, farming.
Yeah.
Okay, do a might body. Cast your body 4.
Yes.
Okay, give me 5 4s.
Oh my god, I have exactly 4.
Okay. Well,
no, I mean,
sorry.
I didn't roll exactly
do a
4.
5-4 might body is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I know. I only got 2 successes.
Okay, so you shield your eyes, you wrap your arms around your work acquaintance that you're not that close with, apparently.
Yeah, it's awkward kind of like hug thing. It's like, do I hug? Do I shake hands?
Yeah, and you kind of grab and wrench, but it doesn't work.
All right,
Stone is too heavy.
So Falas. So I guess this was his action. So Falas goes, "All right, sorry, Cass, a bit too heavy for me. I'll be right back. Don't worry." And then he is going to move with his metal action, I guess, 1 zone away.
Okay, let me break out the battle map.
What I'm hoping for, and I'll kind of explain it while Dave's looking at this stuff. What I'm hoping for is that there is a limited range of this gaze effect. So I want to step maybe 2 zones out and then just take pot shots at it, maybe.
Okay, I will move you in here. Can you see the map? Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's
Layer,
pretty cool.
map layer. I hope that's how you imagined it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So
all
we're
right.
actually already a zone away, it looks like.
So you can kind of imagine, I'm going to do freehand here. Environmental traits that we're talking about. Cover is going to apply for the zone with the crates on the ship as well, and the crow's nest. Difficult terrain is going to be anywhere with water because you're sloshing around and it's a little bit challenging to move.
All right. Well, so Faust is going to jump off to this northeastern area into the water there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm assuming because of the ship and stuff, he can actually jump off there and break line of sight with the creature as well.
Well, it's up in the crow's nest. That angle would be a little bit tricky to break away. But you could, let's see. You have a move action as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you used an action to try and move her. You have a metal and a move, so you could move 2.
Would that region be still within 120 feet of the crow's nest?
I mean, we're not really looking at feet. We're kind of looking in zones.
What I'm asking, would that still be considered within medium range for the purposes of me shooting within my shot increment?
Yeah, sure thing. Medium range is anything in your zone and an adjacent zone.
Okay.
So if you were to go up
so
there,
that would be too far.
it would be too far. It'd be long, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Then instead, yeah, I'll use my metal action. I'll take a pot shot at the crow's nest area using only my mental map of remembering exactly where things are.
Your mind palace.
Yes.
Okay.
Hell of a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
The defense of this creature is great.
My shooting accuracy normally is good, but has gone down.
Okay.
So I'm average, which means I need to hit 6s then.
You are...
I'm 2 steps off.
2 steps. Okay, yeah. DN 5. DN 6s, yeah.
Is that right?
If your 2 steps are lower, it's DN 6.
All right. Here we go.
Did you say 2? Did you say 2 down? Did you go 2 down?
No, I went 1 down. So I was good.
Okay, cool.
Now I'm
Cool.
average. And you say he's great, right? Which is 2 steps difference, right?
Yeah.
I'm not crazy here. It's been a while.
You Gucci.
Let's pick out the good dice. Old reliable here. 1, 2. I'm rolling this many. Whew, these are... one success with focus helping.
Okay. So what's the total damage?
1 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you fire off a shot. What are you shooting with?
It's the single shot.
Single shot?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's the bolt flies out. It does sink into the creature's flesh, but you notice it's still, it's still
It
kicking, obviously.
squawks a little bit, and I'm like, all right.
It macaws at you, and the little red thing on its chin goes crazy and warbles around. Okay, it is this creature's turn.
And then with my movement, I will
yeah.
hop off to that area I talked about.
Cool. Yeah, makes sense. All right. So if you begin your turn, just as a note, if you begin your turn in difficult terrain, it reduces your speed by 1.
Okay, that just means I can't go as far?
Yeah, pretty much. So your speed would go from normal to slow, which means you'd require a move to move anywhere within your zone.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
to move adjacent to be run.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. All right. So this creature, seeing a tasty morsel running away, it leers back, spreads a pair of fell wings, and goes to, I should actually give it a token on the map. It is going to charge you.
That's going to get in my hair.
You notice that it moves through the air with a deftness. It swoops down onto you, and it's basically going berserk. You realize it's unleashing everything it has on you. It has such a savage ferocity. What's your defense, Falas, against melee?
So normally, I mean, my defense is my defense, but normally my defense is good, but because I'm blinded, it would take it down a notch. So I am average. Gotcha.
Okay.
It's going to get in my hair, my beard.
You never get cockatrice out. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to take 7 damage.
Oh, baby.
So it comes to swoop at you with its grasping talons and slashes away.
Dave has brewed up a cruel creature.
What does it mean when it charges again? It means its defense goes down by a notch, right?
Yeah, it got an extra dice to attack you, but its defense is going to be lower next turn.
Okay.
And with its next action, so it is now in the same zone as you, since it has fast, and it flew down, so it charged you in that distance. Well,
I have a feeling I can't escape it. So it flew 2 zones with the charge.
It did. It has fast speed. Yeah, it's able to move. And then the other thing it is going to do now, it is going to...
We're going to get wrecked like the shipwreck. Hey, you enjoying your time there, Franco?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you showed up today.
You said you were low energy, so I figured I'd give you a little bit of a break.
Yeah, no, I don't have to do anything. This is good. I get to just watch this pan out. Like, what will happen next? I just get to be part of the audience at this point.
Yeah.
Just go off and make some popcorn.
Surrogate. Yeah. You're going to be grappled, Falas. You can decide to defend against this with your body might or reflexes.
My reflexes is much better, so I'll do that.
Okay.
I have like 19 d6s set up, and every time they roll a 1, I put them off to the side. Like this is broken. This dice is broken. And how is it possible that I continue rolling 1? What do I need?
So it's going to be a competitive roll, and we're trying to get more 4s.
Well, I have 0 4s.
The cockatrice has 2s. Okay, so you are now restrained, basically. So as this creature has pinned you, it's just like it's doing the thing where it's like kind of if you've been attacked by a crow here in Vancouver, this happens often. You're basically got crow bombed, and it has its claws slashing away at you. Its wings are battering against you, and you're going to have the restrained effect. The restrained effect means that you can't move, and your melee defense and accuracy decreases by 1 step.
Another step.
Damn, that is quite the combo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool beans. Great. I love it. So for those of you guys following at home, of the 17 d6s I have, 9 of them are now sitting on the left side with the ones showing.
They're in timeout zone?
Yeah, they're in timeout zone. I'm not touching them again.
So about half?
More than half now, yeah. Okay. All right, Franco, or it's Cass's turn. What do you do?
I break free from my stony prison through sheer
I can always count on you.
Do you have any messages for the audience, Franco, while we're on your turn?
Yeah, I was able to add some cool stuff to my character. I'd been saving up like a lot of XP. I was able to do some really cool stuff. I was maybe hoping to unveil today. some cool actions to take, and I just thought it'd be a lot of fun. I thought maybe there'd be like a cool point, in this episode where I'd get to do a thing. But here we are. Anyways, I guess I passed my turn.
Speaking
I'm
of being unable to do cool things, Falas, as you're being battered by this creature, why don't you go ahead and do your check? It is going to be a DN 5-3 body reflex test.
I have to do this every turn, but I'm not looking at him. I'm closing my eyes. Come on, I'm closing my eyes. My goodness. Well, I'm so glad I used my
Survival of the fittest dice.
My Soulbound, my Soul Fire last time. But this time I need 5s and I need 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, I only got 1.
Okay.
Well,
so something happens.
Okay.
Before we go any further, Dave, I just want to clarify one thing. Is it a spell that is doing this? And if it is a spell, you have to tell me, because there's something I gotta.
It is not a spell.
Yeah,
this is
okay,
basically the taint.
Yeah,
the luscious taint of chaos.
Oh God.
All right,
If this was like D&D or Pathfinder, it would be called a supernatural effect as opposed to a spell-like effect.
Yeah, I just wanted I wanted that clarification.
Okay. So what's going to happen is Falas, Cass, I think you're maybe not even facing this direction anymore, but you hear this horrible sound happen. Falas, the same thing happens to you. You feel an innate stillness inside your body as all of your systems in a flash become resolute like stone, and you lock into place. Now, seeing this...
But my eyes were closed.
Well, maybe you peeked a bit.
And now, as you're both watching, you see this creature with renewed savage thirst. It clacks its beak and peruses the both of you. I want both of you to roll a d6.
Just one?
And give me the results after the break. As you both stand stock still, the cockatrice lets out a shrill cry of victory and greedily helps itself to a meal. I asked both of you to roll a dice. What did you get?
I didn't roll yet. I was saving for this time.
All right,
and
here
it's
we go.
totally not because I've rolled it and didn't like the number.
All right, let's go, Murray. I don't know what this means.
5.
Dose.
Okay.
And then Proto Man comes in and saves the day.
Cass.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as time goes on, and you hear this kind of guttural cawing sound from the crow's nest as you see this creature survey the various statues laid out before it, and it spreads its wings wide and swoops down towards you. I'm going to be rolling a dice, and the result is going to depend on where you get snacked on. Number 4 is going to be...
I thought something different. I thought that people were getting turned to stone bit by bit, and those bits broke off, and that's why they're missing chunks of their body.
That's actually almost more horrifying.
Yeah.
Cass, the cockatrice looks at you for a moment. You see these wild-looking eyes, and it lets out a kind of a sickening crack as it lunges down. And you feel this with every sincere nerve in your body. You feel your right leg be torn off from the knee.
That's certainly repairable.
It's only a flesh wound.
Yeah. And with that meal, it seems satiated for the moment, and it flies back up towards its nest. You hear it greedily devouring some flesh on its way back up there.
It's eating stone flesh?
Basically, what's happening is as it bites in and rips it away, it's kind of reverting it to flesh.
Interesting.
Night falls as the two of you remain locked into this internal stance, and all you see is the winged beast making its nest and making sickening slurping sounds. It's devouring parts of the various statued, entombed snacks. You notice above you the sky is dark and twisting as night falls, and you see and hear the ripple of thunder and lightning across the skies. And you hear a shrill shriek let out as the cockatrice looks back down towards you and ponders which of you it's going to devour next. And As the prospect of being torn limb from limb lingers in your mind, all three of you, cockatrice included, are blinded by the thunderous crack of lightning and torrential boom as a streak of righteous flame and power streaks into the cove, crackling with holy energy. And as the flash clears, you see a broad armored figure standing ahead of you, still crackling with the energies of Azir. A Night Quester has arrived. Nico?
You call to the heavens, and it has arrived. As he stands up, clatters his shield, and points at the cockatrice. Tonight, you die.
Ooh, okay. All
I'm
right,
so glad you're here. You're going to get turned to stone as well, but
I can't
I'm
wait.
so glad you're here.
All right. Go ahead. You're going to get a surprise round for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons.
What
Excellent.
is your character's name as well?
My character's name is Argos Brightshield, the Night Quester.
Nice.
And what does Argos do? You see the scene laid out in front of you if you want to jump into Roll20.
I'm so happy.
I got told a little bit of what happened. I was just like, oh no.
I love too that your name is Bright Shield. It totally brings me the Proto Man / like Zero vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Story.
Yeah,
that's the idea. Okay. Holy crap. Okay, so these are the
I
zones.
definitely smelled something on the wind. I was like, something's not right around here. These strange rolls and
no rolls were
situations.
whatsoever.
No rolls were flubbed. I can tell you from my side that my rolls were definitely not flubbed. Look, I'm staring at the stack of ones here. I should put them back the other way.
Yeah, let's chat more after. Who's Okri's in Roll20? Unacceptable.
Oh, no!
Get out of here.
That name must change.
All right, revert everything I said. No Stormcast is here. Okri shows up in his turn to stone immediately.
Oh, hey!
Shows in with an army of
There you
dwarves.
go.
Yeah.
I would no offense to Argos, but I would prefer Okri and an army of Dordans to show
I would
up.
love that.
Just blast it from the sky.
I prefer the in character. Okay.
All right, so you are Tequila in this
of
instance.
course. We'll have to make a new icon, I guess. Excellent. Yeah. Okay. So I see 2 statues and a cockatrice, right?
That's right.
More statues, but yes,
more
statues you
than
recognize.
That. Yeah, I'll describe the scene for you just because you're coming in a little bit hot here. You are in the inside of a cove, a small island. This is kind of covered with like the roof barely kind of being open and probably smoldering a little bit now.
Yes.
You see a ship has run aground and cracked into several pieces. Its contents being spilled all over the interior of this cove. You see this cockatrice. You know what it is, so I don't need to re-describe it to you. You see 2 statues of particular import. And you see a crow's nest that has been kicked away from the main mast and lying against the wall. You notice the cockatrice is down on the deck of the ship near one of these statues, and the statue is missing a leg from the knee down.
Cool. Wait, which statue is missing a leg from the knee down?
Cass.
Oh, no! Okay.
If it was Falas, you'd be like, oh, he'll be fine.
No, I would also be like, oh, well, actually, he gets a peg leg, so it's okay. But, oh, God, okay. All right, so first action, I will do a heroic challenge. Surprise round is just the one action, right?
Making me look stuff up. Completely reasonable things. Completely reasonable questions.
It's been so long.
I believe that's right.
You get a bonus. I think it's a bonus action, right? And then you do your turn normally again.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, my bonus action will be a heroic challenge, which is my talent as a Night Quester. I get +1 in melee against the person I've challenged, the thing I've challenged. They get -1 melee in accuracy if they target anything other than me until the end of combat. Okay. And so that was that scene I described where after he lands, bangs his shield, points at the cockatrice and says that tonight you will die. And it knows. Makes an eye contact. It knows.
Oh no, it makes eye contact.
Predator become. Wait, no.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and take your full turn then. What's your initiative?
8.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, you're first.
Okay. So taking a look around me, is there anything that I can do to help these people that I know are of import, or is it literally just like murder this?
Do a lore mind.
Dude, okay, oh boy, okay.
I don't want to break anything here, but does Nico need to make a roll?
He does.
Okay. I got a 4 and a 1.
On a lore?
Yeah.
I assume? Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, on that check.
Yeah, no, on a lore, yeah.
You know that the application of Aqua Guaranis can clear this effect completely.
Okay.
The sphere of Aqua Guaranis will take someone from stone back to the flesh.
Excellent. I wish I'd packed more money. All right, so
just take the money on the body.
I came down here spoiling for a fight. I didn't realize I had to bring my bank account with me.
Pardon the pun, but I'm not liquid. Okay, so I'm going to charge. I'm just going to charge this thing.
Go for it.
Yeah, but he does have to do the...
I gotta just
you gotta do the
just charge in.
No. You have to do a body
reflex.
Body reflex. You need to do a body reflex save to avoid being turned to stone.
Which is going to be very awkward if we're all just stone.
I can't use a soul fire.
Oh, that's right.
He's in the Stormcast.
Because I just get to come back to life. I need...
you need a DN 5-3 body reflex.
5-3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't fail it.
I am going to use a medal to double my reflex. So I have 2 more dice. All right. 5-3. Come on. 1, 2. I have a focus in reflex, turning my 4 into a 3.
That's very...
Turning your 4... Okay.
My 4 into a 5.
Yeah,
other way around.
Turning my 4 into a 3.
Screw you guys. I am also stoned now.
Awesome. And in this torrential in this torrential storm of lightning and holy energy, you notice the cockatrice shies away and doesn't seem to be able to lever its petrifying gaze. Although by success, you are blinded. So you are going to have that status effect, even though you are successful against it.
All right. And
which means that you're going to have your melee accuracy and defense down by 1 step.
Okay, so I'm back to normal because of my +1 from the challenge.
Okay.
However, I'd like to charge because it seems like it's in another zone than me. Is it? No, it's in the same zone. Is it?
You're on the edge of the thing here. Yeah.
All right, excellent. Sounds good.
Bring it in.
I will charge.
Bring it in. Yeah.
Bring it in.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go. And then so
its defense is on great.
Sounds good. My melee is on great as well.
Okay, so you're on 4s.
I'm on 4s. That's because of the charge, right? +1.
No. Then you'd be down on 3s.
No, if you charge, you get an extra dice.
I'm good. Goes to great. So.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. But if you charge, you get an extra dice.
Yeah. Oh, I get an extra dice?
Yeah, it's for charging, right?
No.
Yeah, plus 1d6 for the attack.
You get an extra d6?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I get 7 dice. So now it's on good then. So so I'm on good. So that means that I am on 5s.
Okay, sounds good.
And I got... Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
Whew.
6 damage total.
Your weapon doesn't give you bonus?
That is with the bonus, yes.
Okay.
So describe how you just slash into this thing. It is not dead, but describe your charge.
So charge in, shield first, and
you hit it with the shield.
I was going to say with as it were, flavor first, narrative first. I'd like to just bash it in the face with the shield right in this beak.
Yeah, it paws in terror and fear. Yeah,
excellent, good.
Yes, the power fantasy Nico always wanted.
And I am after that. I'm going to do for my second action. I would like to take the defend action, and I'd like to defend You can defend a zone. I'd like to defend the zone.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, anything else that gets attacked other than me, attacks me instead.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Hold on, you took a second action?
With his medal.
He used the medal for his reflex roll.
And I use my second medal.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, you have
Double
2
metal.
metal. Wow, look at you,
Ah.
fancy boy.
Very
can't
lots of
believe
soul.
He's full metal.
Yeah.
Hey,
Heavy metal.
all the metals.
Okay, so with this happening, and a surprise round. Okay. So it is going to roll around past these other 2 to the cockatrice.
Okay.
And you've cut into it. You notice it is limping severely from the damage you just dealt to it.
Wonderful.
It is going to flap and scraw its wings and begin to retreat.
Begins to retreat. Okay.
And you see it fly backwards out of the cavern. It can go 1, 2 zones with a move, and is going to fly out of sight, out of the cove.
All right.
Coward! Come back here!
Yeah, just kind of run up to the edge of the ship, this broken section of the ship, and essentially, wave my sword like, "Get back here!"
And it withdraws.
Okay, it withdraws. All right, so I guess I will take a second, huff, turn around, look at the 2 statues that are prominent, and I'd like to start rifling through stuff to see if I can find some Aquagranus.
Sure,
you
totally can. That's really funny.
Just take their money and then leave.
So you see along the northern bank of this cove, there is an alcove full of crates.
Okay.
You could begin to look.
Before I do that, I will take. I have on me 6 vials, and I'd like to unstopper them and splash them onto the one without the broken leg.
Okay, so just to clarify before
I
you do that,
in fact know that I need a full vial.
You need a full sphere.
A full sphere. Okay,
it's that full sphere to cure a stats
in
ailment.
that case, I won't do that. In that case, I will. I'd like to go over to those crates.
Just burning money. Yeah.
Take a look.
Yeah, go for it.
Start rifling.
You scrounge your way through, and then let's see what you find, because this is going to be a little bit of a treasure roll. Everybody roll me a d20 if you have one.
A d20.
Well, I have to roll 2?
Yeah. It's going to give you guys some loot.
All right, so
let's see what we got here.
So my little random loose dice thing, I call it. So I pulled out 19 d6s from it, right? For my loose dice thing. That's not the extent of how many d6s I have in here. I won't mention how many I have. But the other dice I have a lot of are d20s in my loose dice casket. But there's one very special dice, which is the one that Jasmine uses when she plays. And it consistently rolls 19s and 20s.
Okay. Sounds like a cheat. But
so what you're telling us, you're wait, sorry, just to clarify what you're implying here, you are choosing to use the cheat die, the loaded die on this roll.
It's not a loaded die, but dice can get oblong.
This is when you roll a 3.
Yeah, I can't wait for the 1.
It's not loaded. It's just
loaded
on one side. Yeah.
It just favors a certain side.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
But question for you: is higher better for this?
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm
not going to tell you, especially now.
Especially now you straight up said, I'm going to use the loaded one.
It's still a lucky die. It's still a lucky die.
Audacity. Yeah.
It's still a lucky die. I'll roll it regardless of what it'll give me.
Okay.
Can I tell you my number now?
Yeah.
I want Murray to roll first.
I rolled a 3.
Called it.
To be fair, 19 is right next to it.
Okay. So I have a really fun story about my dice. I'm just kidding. I rolled a 16.
Yeah, no. Tell me the etymology of like a die and the history of your die.
Cass, what'd you get?
I got a 14.
Cool.
And, I rolled my die that just rolls.
Yeah, it just is a genuine chaos theory situation. Go ahead, Argos.
I rolled a 16.
Okay.
Way to show us up, Argos. Show up and show us up.
Hot dice for a hot
total
entrance.
Of 33. Total of 33.
Oh,
nice done.
Oh, I like that number.
33 spheres. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of spheres. You notice a couple things, which is a little bit fun. You notice that there is a very strange-looking rapier in here. It seems to shimmer in the light strangely, but you don't think too much of it. You can take it. You find a sphere along with 3 vials. And the last thing that you notice, and this is considering it is a sea dragon cloak, with all these corsairs, you see a sea dragon cloak.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay.
And as you're turning around, you drop the sphere all over the ground.
Oh,
Oh no! Why were they stored in glass bottles instead of
how
metal
do I get
ones?
out of this cavern?
Now, here's an important question: who do you free first?
So broken. There's a leg completely broken off. Yes.
On the cowpoke looking individual.
on the tall lady.
So just to clarify, there are like many other statues here. That have been broken in various states. But these are actually the two that are the least. They look the most fresh. They're the least broken.
Okay. These must be the most recent victims then. And I go over to the one that is still hale and hearty, and I would like to shatter the sphere on top of its head.
That's not how it works.
All right.
Well,
the water evaporates.
The one that is.
So the one that doesn't have a busted up leg.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you walk over to this tall, broad-looking pirate fellow with a giant beard and maybe a couple little pointy ears poking out, and you smash it over. And Falas, you feel the cooling sensation. It's like mint of Aqua Garanis dripping down your skin, and you feel yourself fully restored.
Does Falas know who this person is, or is this first time meeting?
First time.
Thank you, Master.
My name is Argos Brightshield. How are you?
That's great. I love it.
Feeling much better now. Thank you, Master Argos. Are you with the Storm's Mandate?
The what? I assume I would know, right? Like, have I been charged with this kind of thing, or?
Well, so it's kind of up to you to decide right now. What we talked about before is you were coming to aid the Storm's Mandate.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I was sent down from the heavens, from Azir itself, to aid you in your quests. And I kind of look around at the broken down ship. And,
oh no, this is not my ship. No, ours is parked back over around the corner.
Yes, all right. Is it just the two of you? Have you been here long? What's going on here?
We just arrived here, and the cockatrice caught us by surprise. Oh, I said it.
Yes, well, you have no fear now. And I put my hand on his shoulder and just do like a knee buckle, like,
yeah, still feeling with the sword there.
You will be safe in my company.
That's good to hear.
All right.
Let's see how Cass is faring.
I assume it's the one here, and I kind of gesture to the statue with the broken leg.
Yep. So yeah, in the other zone. So we like clamber back onto the deck of the ship, take a look at it. Can I do a medicine check to see if there's anything I should do before we attempt to revert Cass back?
Good question. Go ahead and do a medicine mind on 5-1.
I have a training and a focus in medicine, and I needed that. I got exactly 1-5.
1-5. Yeah. So it's hard to know like exactly what you're dealing with here, but like consider that the way that the break looks, it's hard to tell. Like, you've never done anything like this before. Okay. Anything that you could do would basically be like you would start doing trauma. Like worst case scenario, you start doing trauma care when the statue state is ended.
When the what?
When the trauma state is ended and she's like free of the stone, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And Aqua Garanis can't cure this type of stuff, right?
I don't think it can regrow limbs, but it can stop the bleeding, right? Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I require 1 vial from you, friend. Oh, also, what is your name?
1 sphere, you meant, right?
1 sphere, yes. Or actually, no, a vial. I currently have 9 vials.
But it's not. The vials are not prepped together into a sphere, right? Like they have to be prepped as a sphere.
You gather enough of them, and I kind of have just a bunch of little vials. Gather enough, it'll make a sphere.
Enough of your logistics. Give me your vials.
Give me your money now.
So, Cass, these two rubes are just arguing in front of you as you're frozen in place, missing a goddamn leg.
Can you describe? Is it like really painful right now? Am I like
you felt it?
Constant pain?
Absolutely.
Ooh. Like even now, like it feels like it's painful where it's like broken off.
Yeah, it's like a sting. Like you don't feel like you're not like actively like bleeding all over the place, but you like it. It's definitely a fresh wound.
The name is Falas, and he hands over a vial.
Okay. No beat, nothing. Just all right. I'll deal with that later. And just kind of do the same thing and just kind of like, all right, here you go.
So you smash.
Just
you
grab
smash
them and just
all the vials across. I assume this works. It would be weird if it didn't. I don't think there's a physical state of the spheres that would make this different. But yeah, Cass, someone just shoved a bunch of glass into your chest. Okay. But fortunately, you're also being plied with medical supplies, and you come out of the state. And Cass, immediately you regain all of your senses, all of your feeling. You're free
all
to
of
move
your
again.
limbs,
all of your limbs, except for one. And you notice, actually, if someone was to look, you basically have a stump right now.
Okay, so it's not actively bleeding.
Correct.
Does it hurt a lot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're right there, Cassilas.
My dear, oh my, this is quite painful. Oh my goodness, I ain't never felt something like this before.
All right. Well, look on the bright side. You'll be saving on shoes from now on.
This is gonna really hurt my mobility.
Hail and well met, friend. And I kind of go to reach down and like pick you up if you'd fallen over.
Thank you, stranger. I apologize. I'm on a scale of 1 to 10 on the pain index. I'd say this is about a 10.
You have no idea what true pain is, my friend.
I love how you just turn to the camera with a big smile on your face, like you guys know.
Is that a threat? I don't know.
Of course it's not. Please.
Falas is going to take a look around the wood, and I'm going to roll my crappy crafting check. I'm going to try to make like a what do you call them? Crutches for Cass.
Oh sure, yeah, absolutely.
Actually, Cass is going to stop you right there. She kind of sees what you're doing, and she's going to like kind of hop over to you, and she's going to say, Falas, I know this is a bit obtuse, but and she hands him her pistol, and she says, when I tell you, I'm going to need you to shoot me right in the head.
You're not a horse, Cassilas. I don't know how the cowboys do it, but I'm sure we can fix this.
Falas, this ain't going to work. I'm not going to be able to do it without an extra leg. I won't be able to move.
Well, there's strange magics in this world. You don't know what kind of things they can find.
Just listen up, Falas. You hold that, and when I tell you, do not do this before I tell you to. Do you understand that?
Faust nods.
Okay. She places the gun into his hand, takes a step back, and begins to like close her eyes. And she's taken back to we go back in time a little bit over the past few weeks. Cass has been spending a lot of time on Caldera Island, and she's been spending some time with what's his name? His name is
Ham-Hag Umberforge.
Yeah, Ham Hands.
She's been spending a lot of time with Ham-Hag Umberforge, who's the what are they called? He's the rune smiter. Is that correct, Dave?
A runesmith.
Runesmith of. I guess it doesn't have to be particularly correct. Anyway, she's been spending time with Ham-Hag, and her main goal there has been to find out how to regrow crops on that island, and it's been very difficult. She's kind of tried a few times and been unsuccessful. And she kind of went to Ham-Hag one day to get a better idea of how to do this. And in the heat of the forge in the center of the volcano, he's explained to her that there are mystical ways to kind of cleanse land and to better prepare soil for growth, and through his teachings and a little bit of guidance, she has been able to master a school of magic. It was something that was there before, and it's kind of like been within her. She's been steeped in the world, the realm of Akshi, and she took his advice and meditated on one morning, and she awoke something within her, and she awoke that morning to find that the area around her had been burned to a crisp, and with that,
oh no, my
we
cabbages!
come back, and she noticed that it wasn't just that the area was burned to a crisp, but it seemed to have been cleansed of something, and new growth had begun. It was at this time that she knew she'd unlocked something new. So she takes a step back from Falas. We're back in this cavern, and she opens her eyes and snaps a finger, and I'm gonna make a roll.
Okay.
The roll is, I have to get a 5-2.
Okay.
I have no idea what's happening right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I'm as lost.
Okay, a 5-2. All right. So I have a 6 and a 5, as well as a 3, which I will bump up to a 5 or more. So that's 3 successes. And a tiny little phoenix appears in front of her. And it chirps and it bounces around a little bit. And then she looks at Falas and says, "All right, pull that trigger."
All right. So Falas doesn't know what's going on. Can I do some sort of check to kind of maybe get an idea, and then Franco can tell me what the hell's going on, if necessary?
It's magic, baby. Pull that trigger.
If you're looking to intuit, yeah, you could do magic. Falas would readily understand that this is not a natural thing and would be magical in some fashion.
Yes.
Are you wanting to know more than that?
I wanted to know basically. I mean, it's clear as a phoenix. If this is some sort of like resurrection or healing type of action.
Do you want to ask
or
Cass?
whether it's a like a man, I'm going to go out with a bang and look cool doing it.
When a friend asks you to shoot them in the head, you shoot them in the head, okay?
See, I was intending to just punch you unconscious and kind of like tell you like, why are you telling me to shoot you in the head when you're the one who punched Okri for trying to kill himself and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's why I want to know if Falas knows what's going on, because in his head he's kind of be like, what the hell are you doing?
If it helps at all, Cass is exuding an air of calm and understanding of what she's doing.
Yeah, so is Okri, mind you.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I would say that, I mean, obviously you could tell, like, if you're looking for the spell, that would be basically kind of what you're looking for, right? If you want to know what spell this is.
Sure, because Falas knows about magic.
Okay, so it's like 6-2. Like, this is going to be
channeling?
Esoteric from everything you've told. No, lore, mind.
Okay. Now
actually, no. Sorry. There's actually a skill for this. Hang on.
Devotion?
Would be Arcana.
Thank you, Arcana mind.
Oh, yes, because I would definitely have invested in
Murray,
that.
can't you just let me have this? Can't you just let me have this, Murray, without
no
turning
character
it into...
moments. We need to roll.
I got a 5.
Okay, and you don't know. You look into Cass. You look into Cass's eyes, and what would Falas do?
Yeah. Falas looks at you and he's like, I can't do it, Cass.
It's all right.
This is all rather melodramatic, and I like to pull my sword out and I skewer Cass.
Just from behind.
Yeah, just...
Yeah. And then I would assume at this point, Falas just thought, like, Argos has killed Cass. He pulls out his weapon and aims like enraged, but I'm assuming things happen before we go into shootout.
So the question lies with Cass, honestly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that, like, just for ease of use here, that Argos has fucking ruined me, and she dies. Cass dies right in front of your eyes. And then her body slumps to the ground, and that's it. The little phoenix kind of bounces around a little bit, and it lands on the back of her body, and she just isn't moving. A few seconds
What
pass.
have you done?
A few seconds
Now,
pass,
hold on.
and flames begin to erupt from the phoenix and around Cass's body, and it bursts into ash, and there's a pile of it at your feet.
Falas drops to his knees. It's like tears welling up in his eye. And he's like, he doesn't know what's going on. He's like,
we were work associates.
Yeah.
This is gonna look bad on my yearly review. You I guess with tears in your eyes, you stare into the center of this pile of ash, and it starts to glow. And it glows brighter and brighter and hotter. And before your eyes, a hand sprouts out of the ash, and out from the ground crawls Cassandra.
So here's a logistical question. Yeah. That's fucking amazing.
That's fucking cool.
Are you naked?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happened to all your stuff?
Well, I'm gonna say no. I'll read specifically what's happening here.
Yeah.
So Cass's cast a spell. She casts from the ashes. She summons a small phoenix of flame, which guards my soul in the event of my death. If I die when the spell is active, the flames of the phoenix consume my form, leaving only a pile of ash. At the start of my next turn, I return to life, crawling from the ashes. I regain 1 toughness plus 1 for every additional success, so 2 toughness. And yeah, that's it. I assume that I've got all my stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's magical, right? It consumed all parts. It wasn't like the gun dropped, or there was just clothes left there. It says it consumes your entire form, right?
Consumes your form. Yeah.
Yeah. My assumption is that
leaving
you're
only
fine.
a pile of ash. Yeah. I think as written, it burns everything. I think intention is you would keep your things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will ask Emmett after this.
Anyway, so out of the ashes crawls Cass, and she stands up, brushes herself off. And she does look a little bit worse from wear. She's a little bit roughed up from that ordeal. But she walks over to Falas and takes her pistol back, claps him on the shoulder.
Cass, I don't understand.
It's a little trick of mine I picked up over on Caldera. And she turns back to Argo and she says, I appreciate that, but that you were perhaps a bit too willing to do that. It does concern me.
Thanks, Sigmar, that worked. I did not expect that.
That does not stop from troubling me.
I would say that this does not make Falas feel any better about magic in general.
I would accept not. No,
it's like traumatizing.
Sure. Although I do feel it would probably be fair to say that she goes up to where the cockatrice was chewing on her leg and she grabs her boot back, because I don't think that came with her.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is probably a time for an epilogue situation. What do you guys want to do here?
We guess we gather up the supplies. We leave Argos there to manage his way back home. And
all right, you can find your way back. All right, see you later.
No, please.
Catch you back on Torlin.
Yeah. Oh, that's the turtle. Yes.
Hi.
Excellent. Yes, I can't wait to meet this Torlan. This turtle, air quotes. I look forward to seeing my old friend Tequila. I must say, it has been years since I've seen him. We last campaigned together. I'm not quite sure how long ago now, but if I could have a place on your ship, I'd be very much obliged.
We'll be happy to have you, Master Argos.
Yeah, Cass extends a hand and offering a handshake.
And awesome. I go for the handshake.
Yeah, handshake, hug.
Yeah, she pulls him in close and she says, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me out of that sticky situation, for helping us both out of it, because things were looking quite poor there for a moment.
Yes, I must say, you were not doing very great.
Cass kind of tilts her head and all right.
Yeah. Falas shakes Argos' hand as well. You can tell a little bit that he's kind of not quite sure how he feels about this one. Again, his previous dealings with the other Stormcast from the Storm's Mandate hasn't been stellar as of late in terms of how they've been handling some of his friends. And here is just another instance of that where
I just killed Cass. Oh,
yeah.
God. Yeah. Just okay.